What is up, everybody? You know it's your boys, man. We back again. Y'all know what it is. Cam and T podcast. We on season 1, episode 12 now, bro. So we kind of getting used to this thing now, man. So shout out to y'all for all this love and support.
It's
Obviously,
really episode 12, bro.
episode 12, bro. Yeah,
No
man.
way.
We
No
moving,
way.
man. We moving, man.
What?
Yeah, definitely. We moving. So appreciate y'all for all the love and support, man. You already know it's your boy T-Town West. And we got my host, co-host with me, my brother from another mother. Cam, how you doing, my brother?
Living good, man. Finally feeling better. I just came
You
back
sound
from
a lot. You sound a lot. I
yeah.
was meant to tell you that when we was talking. You sound a lot
Yeah.
clearer, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
glad
I
to see it.
feel better. I think I'm at like 99.9%, you know what I'm saying?
Good.
So but I feel good, you know what I'm saying? I came back from Vegas last week. And I feel energized, you know what I'm saying? I had a really good time out there.
Yeah.
So I actually stayed in the same hotel that the Las Vegas Aces play.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I stayed where the Raiders played. There was a walkway to get over there. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I wasn't far from that either. So man, I had a really good time. Vegas is cool, really everything on the West Coast, as you know. But
Yeah.
the West Coast, man,
It's
golly,
a
I'm
vibe out
ready to
there,
go back.
man. It's a vibe, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
really a
telling you.
vibe out there.
I'm telling you, I'm ready to go back, man. I swear.
How long was you out there? I know we getting off subject, but how long was you out there?
I was out there for God. It don't seem like I was out there long, but I was out there for almost a week. I was out
Oh,
there
okay.
from well, no, it wasn't always almost a week. It was out there from was it? It was Tuesday through Friday.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but like I was jet lagged all weekend. I'm still getting over it, man.
Yeah.
Like going from
Yeah.
that time change, and that's another thing. And not to start things off, but I do want to touch on that real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
When it comes to like the conferences, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like specifically in, shoot, football, but also really any other sport. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm thinking about these Pac-12 teams, Stanford. Who else coming to the ACC? From
Cal.
over there, Cal.
Cal.
They coming over to the Atlantic coast. I mean, that's a big time change. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
they're going from coast to coast. And I feel bad for them kids. Suppose you play Clemson and Florida State on the road in back-to-back weeks. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
Like you probably gonna have to stay that whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would figure they are.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
wouldn't go back to the West Coast. I wouldn't think you wouldn't.
I wouldn't think. You know what I'm saying? And I just think about them kids. I feel so bad for them because not all of them are going to make it to the NFL. Like they got to get their
Exactly.
degrees. You know what I'm saying? They got to get their
Mhm.
studies going. And even the ones that make it to the NFL, they probably on a fast track to get their degree anyway. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I feel bad for them because they have to be on a whole different time zone for 2 weeks or more, depending on what sport it is. You know what I'm saying? And then they got to go back and now they got to adjust and still try to make it to class, still try to make it to practice. I
Yeah.
mean, golly,
Yeah.
I really feel for those kids. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's all I had to say about it. Really, it's just
Yeah.
I
We
feel
might have to
bad,
jump
man.
back into that when we start talking college football towards the end of the episode tonight.
Mhm.
Because I'm telling you, you know me, I frequent LA a lot. I go out there a lot, at least once or twice a year. And I'm telling you, coming back from west to east is brutal. Like
Mhm.
it's rough, bro.
Mhm.
Like it is tough, man. I just like I say, I can't imagine those kids that are coming from San Francisco Bay Area and got to come all the way across the country to play Clemson, and
Yeah.
then like you said, they might have to turn around next week and play. Let's just say Chapel Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like that's tough, bro. It's tough on me, and I'm an adult with just one
Yeah.
job, so I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine being a college kid. You got practice, you got study, you got all that going on,
Yeah. All of
and
that.
you're across the country. It's a mess, man. So
It's too much, man. It's too much for
yeah,
them kids, man.
because when you
I
do
think
that,
about
when you do that West Coast back to the East Coast trip, it takes you like 3 or 4 days to recover. Like
to recover.
legitimately.
Like I said, I came back Friday and I was late. I usually get to work. I usually get to work late anyway. I
Yeah,
usually start working about 10:30.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I need to be out there at 9, but that's another story for another day. But But today I ain't get out there till almost 12 because I
Yeah,
was just so tired. I couldn't even get out of bed, bro. And it's
yeah.
like
That jet lag
it,
coming from the West Coast
that
is
jet lag
real.
is terrible. And not only
Yeah,
that, but you got to think about how many hours you losing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on the West
yeah,
Coast. I was waking up at 6 every day
yeah.
over
That's
there
how it
because
is. That's
I
how
had
it
to be
is.
down. Yeah, I had to be ready for the conference at 7 every day. And East Coast time,
That's
that's
like
almost
10,
12.
9.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I'm waking, when I came back that Saturday, I woke up 5 minutes before the Clemson game started at 12.
Yeah, I
You know what
believe
I'm
it.
saying? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough, man. I feel bad for them, man. But if you're ready to get started,
Yeah, let's go ahead and
let's
jump
just go
into
ahead
it.
and
We got a fun show tonight, y'all. We're gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna talk a lot of NFL. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk a lot of NFL tonight. We're gonna talk about some of the worst teams, some of the best teams in the NFL so far. We're like a month into the season already, so we're starting to kind
Mhm.
of know who these teams are. We're gonna talk about who is possibly up for MVP right now in the NFL. Like I said, the first month is coming pretty much to an end here this weekend. Damian Lillard was traded since the last time we spoke. So we'll definitely talk about that as well. I actually see AB in the comments saying, are y'all ready to have the Anthony Richardson conversation? That might be one that we're going to have pretty soon here. So we'll talk that. We'll talk a little college football as well towards the end. And yeah, it's going to be a fun show, man. So let's go ahead and kick it off, man. Let's get it going, bro.
But so T,
Yeah.
my question to you is just starting off, you know what I'm saying? Give me your best teams in the NFL, give me your worst teams in the NFL, and also give me your surprises as well.
Okay. Okay. So let me start off with the good. I think the best team in the NFL at this moment, I feel like it's probably the San Francisco 49ers. They're just sound all sides of the ball. That roster is talented. Literally, they don't have any holes. The 49ers are the best team in the league right now, in my opinion. I don't really see many holes on that roster. Second best team in the NFL, I still feel like it's the Dolphins. I know they
Mm,
got beat this past week by the Bills. The Bills always own them up there in Buffalo. So I'm kind of
mhm,
taking that with a caveat. I still think that, the Bills are probably, they might be right behind. I think they're probably like the third or fourth best team in the NFL. I think
mhm,
they're right behind Miami. I still think I believe in Miami a lot. I'm still not sold on the Eagles as far as
mm,
like being up there, up there. Like as of right now, I probably will put the Cowboys above the Eagles at this moment.
mhm.
Eagles just have not shown me enough for me to be like, oh yeah, they need to be up there at 3 or 4. I just don't see it. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. And I'm gonna tell you to jump into the surprises. It's not really that much of a surprise to me, but the Detroit Lions, man, they're a good team.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
they
they
are.
are a legitimate team that's probably going to win the North. And I said that when we did our predictions earlier this year. You remember I said
Yeah,
the Lions are winning this division. And as you can see, they just get better and better every single week. Jared Goff looks amazing. Ben Johnson and company, they're cooking up stuff on that offense. And I wish we had that in Carolina. That's
yeah.
a whole nother story for another
They
day.
they got the best run defense in the league.
Yeah, and they got one of the best run. Yeah, exactly. So again, the Lions have been my surprise. And then another surprise, even though their record probably doesn't indicate it, the Arizona Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, both.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Um, Arizona Cardinals, I thought they wouldn't lose I thought they would be not competitive in any games. I thought they would get blowed out in every single game. I didn't think they would even be close in any game. And they've been pretty much in every single game they played this season. And on top of that, beating one of the better teams in the NFL in the Cowboys, fully healthy.
mhm,
So again, um, I would put them in my surprise category.
mhm.
Let's go ahead and jump over to the bad. I think the worst team in the whole NFL is the Carolina Panthers. I know everybody wants to say the Bears and all that. Frank Reich is the most overrated coach in the NFL that continues to get chance after chance after chance. I don't understand it. This guy has not did anything in the NFL worth noting. He has made the playoffs once as a head coach. He has won the AFC South once and got booted out in the freaking wild card. This dude is a bona fide, not really a good coach. And everybody wants to hype this guy up. As a Panthers fan, I'm already sick of him. I think he sucks at his
Yeah,
job. I don't really know why he keeps getting chances. This guy is a bona fide scrub. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Frank Reich is not a good coach. He has no enthusiasm. He has no type of personality. It's like looking at a freaking blank white wall. This guy stinks. He doesn't have an identity in the NFL, and he really never has. Have you ever noticed all of his teams have kind of just been like mediocre? Has he ever had a good team where you're like, okay, that team exudes excellence or even great or good? No, you don't see that because Frank Reich, you take on the personality of your head coach. He's a bland, oh, yeah. He's that type of guy. And to me, Frank Reich is a horrible coach. The freaking Chicago Bears absolutely stink. They Panthers and Bears 1A, 1B. Either one, both of them suck. Matt Eberflus, whatever your name is, you should be fired, bro. You were up 28-7. Justin Fields was playing the best game of his career, and you absolutely botched it and let probably the third worst team in the NFL in the Denver Broncos come back and beat you at your crib. It's ridiculous, bro. They need to blow that whole thing up. And I got to take on Justin Fields that I'll get to later on. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If Chicago needs to blow that whole thing up, it's over. I know Big Cat said this last week. It's over for the Bears. Blow it up. You're probably gonna have the top 2 picks because I don't think the Panthers are winning more than 3 games this season, and I don't think they are either. So you're probably gonna have 2 top picks. You go get Caleb Williams. You go get Marvin Harrison. With those 2 picks, and then you build from there. Again, that's kind of where I stand it. And like I said, I think the third worst team in NFL, you would think I would be putting like, Arizona here. I would probably say the New York Giants or the Denver Broncos are right there at one of the worst teams in the NFL. But that's my take on it. I know it was long-winded, but that's kind of where I stand.
No, I agree. I think I agree with everything you just said, bro. I think really, so you said the best teams in the NFL, so the 49ers at 1. Man, the 49ers, listen, if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, in my humble opinion, I think it's a bust. I think the whole season is a bust if they don't win the Super Bowl this year. They have no excuse. They have every box checked, like you just said.
Yep.
And I'm a gas old boy up for a second. Quarterback isn't an issue anymore. Brock Purdy is good.
Yeah, he's an above average quarterback in the league.
As simple as that. He's a good quarterback. I mean, he ain't no worse than what Jimmy G was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Honestly, he probably better.
He's better.
I seen a stat earlier today that said that he's tied for the most throws in tight windows, the most touchdowns in tight windows. That brother has accuracy. He could throw that ball. You know what I'm saying? So I got the 49ers at 1 for sure. 2, you say you got Miami. Honestly, right now, I would probably put, at least the way they've been playing the last 2 weeks, I probably put the Buffalo Bills. Last 3 weeks, I probably put the Bills. I just think, your boy Josh Allen, he playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he's playing good.
He playing crazy right now. I got to give credit where it's due. I know people online, they can be like, "What? He gassing up Josh Allen?" Yes, he's playing great. All right.
Yeah, he's playing great ball right now.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about it. Everybody healthy. It's just a really, they lost
Tre'Davious White.
Edmonds. Thank you. Tre'Davious White. They lost him. But I said Tremaine Edmonds. They lost Tre'Davious White.
He used to play for the Bills though, so I understand why you said that.
Yeah. They lost Tre'Davious White, which sucks. I think is that the 3rd season in a row he's been out?
Second season in a row he's been out the whole season. Yep.
Yeah. So that's tough, but still they just playing out of their mind. You know what I'm saying? They'll bounce back. They'll be just fine. 3rd, I would probably still go. I'd probably put the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins was just coming down from a high, but I think they're gonna put it back together. And then I would probably round it out with the Cowboys and the Eagles. They probably be the rest of my top 5. Yeah. The surprises. So Arizona, obviously, the Bucks. Those are my biggest surprises because I had them ranked 32 and 31
Yeah, same.
respectively.
They were low.
You know what I'm saying? They was low. The Rams are also a surprise for me. I had them ranked. I think
Yeah.
I had them at like 28.
Yeah.
But two other wild cards that I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna talk about these guys for a little bit. But the Texans and the Colts, I think, are also surprises for me
We
because
gotta
they're
have a
led by rookie
conversation about that
quarterbacks.
in a minute as
We'll
well.
talk. Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a minute. But I think their rookie quarterbacks are playing out of their mind, and I just think those teams are very much playing like they ain't got nothing to lose. They playing with house money at this point.
Yep.
Um, but the worst teams in the NFL, without a doubt, I got Carolina at 32. I have the Bears at 31, and then at 30. Man, it's tough to even say. Broncos probably go there, to be honest with you. Um, they did come back from behind and win the game, but still they gave up 70 last week.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not fooling with that. And then I would probably say I think you got the Giants. I think the Steelers are a team that
Yeah.
needs to be looked at.
Bengals
But
too,
another
low
team,
key.
yeah, I was about to say, so that's where I was about to go next. So I should have said this as one of my surprise teams, but the Bengals are surprised because they've been absolutely trash this year. Who did they beat? They beat the Commanders
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
on Monday night. Was that who they beat last Monday? I think that's right.
Let me
Or
see.
was it
Yeah, let me.
or was it the
While you check, yeah, I'll check while you keep going. But yeah, I think that's who they beat was the
yeah.
Commanders.
So either way, the Bills. So if you look at the numbers, Joe Burrow has been the worst quarterback in the NFL this year. And I'm not saying that as a shock value. I'm not saying that because I believe it.
They beat
I'm
the
not saying that.
Rams. That's who it was. The Rams. Sorry.
Oh, they beat the Rams. Oh, it
Yeah.
was a Super Bowl. That's right. That's right. It
Yeah.
was a Super Bowl rematch. That's right.
Rams.
Um, Commanders must have played the Eagles in on that Monday night, or I might just be tripping. It don't matter. It don't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But regardless, the Bengals though, man, Joe Burrow has been playing as the worst quarterback in the NFL,
Yeah.
and it's not even close. I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I take that back. It is close. There are a couple other guys, but Joe Burrow has been bad, and that's not good for the guy that's the highest paid player in NFL history.
Right.
All right. Coming into the season, I had Joe Burrow as a top 2 quarterback. I might be dead wrong on that. I might be dead wrong because this is embarrassing. But I do know that he's hurt, and that's the thing. That's the thing about it, though. I don't want to make the excuse for him because he's the one that chose to go out there and play, even though his wide receiver
Right.
told him to sit his ass down, basically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jamar Chase literally said, "Don't you play for the first 4 weeks of the season. Get healthy, and we'll be cooking in." But Joe Burrow's been absolutely trash this year, so I got to say that. But moving on though, to the transition just a little bit though. I do want to talk about those rookie quarterbacks that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So, AB, if you can put his comment up on the Summer Jam screen, please. Let me see what he said. So, by the way, are y'all ready to have the Anthony Richardson conversation? So, AB, listen up, man. Your boy from Florida, Anthony Richardson, he looks like the next big thing in the NFL. And the guy from Ohio State looks like the next big thing in the NFL.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the guy from Alabama ain't looking like the next big thing in the NFL. It's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to bash him or nothing like that. But those two guys, if you're a Panthers fan, I understand why you looking out the side of your eye, looking at those guys. I understand why you nervous. You know what I mean? I understand all of that because Anthony Richardson has been phenomenal and he's making something out of almost nothing.
Yeah.
And their offensive scheme, Shane Steichen and T, I'm gonna let you talk about it when you come up. But Shane Steichen, bruh, that offense is crazy.
Yeah.
The offense is ridiculous. Just the scheme that they running. I mean, it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They're actually helping their rookie quarterback come along and they're playing to his strengths.
Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of teams just don't understand. And then when it comes to CJ Stroud, I'm at the point where I'm like, it don't matter what scheme he might be in. I think that dude just got it.
Yeah.
I think he just got that shit in him. Excuse my
Yeah.
language. I've been sipping on something, you know what I'm saying? So don't
You
excuse my
good,
language,
bro.
but I think he got that stuff in him, man, for real. Like he got that. I hate to say it, the D word, but he got that dog in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like CJ can hoop. He can. I mean, he's just pinpoint accurate in everything. You know what I'm saying? So give me your thoughts on CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson, and really just their teams as a whole, if you want to.
Yeah. So here's my thoughts on the rookie quarterbacks. Listen, as a Carolina Panther fan, it pains me to say this. Not even pains me to say this because I'm not giving up on Bryce yet. I think it's extremely too early to do that. And a lot of the stuff that's happening right now is not his fault. A lot of it is systematic. Frank Reich
Mm-hmm.
is a douche, like I just told y'all 10 minutes ago. So I'm not gonna go in on Bryce. It is very disheartening to see CJ Stroud start off. Honestly, you can argue the greatest start a rookie quarterback has ever had, ever in the game of football. I mean, they're saying that his start has been better off than Justin Herbert's, Cam Newton's. He literally just went over the record of pass attempts with no interceptions as a rookie. Over 150 plus passes with no interceptions as a rookie. He's already had 300 plus yard games as a rookie in his first month of the season. And I'm going to be honest, I said this last week. I'm not trying to crap on Bryce. This is not a Bryce crap session. None of that. Are the weapons in Houston great? Like, way great. Like, oh my God, the weapons are amazing compared to Carolina. Because to me, I'm going to be real. I don't see that big of a difference between Tank Dell and Nico Collins, who was pretty much probably on his way out the league before CJ Stroud got there, and Adam Thielen and DJ Chark. Like, I'm just keeping it real. There's not a big gap, and I'm not trying to like go at Panther fans right now, but I kind of am at the same time because I think some Panther fans are not being realistic.
So I'll
Houston's
say,
is not that great, bro. It's
yeah,
not.
I'll say that real quick, not to cut you off,
Yeah,
but
go
I'll
ahead.
say this, that it shouldn't be better than what we have.
Right.
It shouldn't be. But quite frankly, it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so one thing that I didn't realize, Nico Collins was in the same draft as Terrace Marshall Jr.
Yep.
It don't even seem like it, but he was. You know what I'm saying?
And no offense, no disrespect to Nico Collins. He was pretty much no disrespect, like irrelevant, kind of like before now. To be honest,
he was kind of mid. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't nobody special. Like nobody looked at from my perspective. You know, as a fan, we didn't look at the Texans and be like, "Oh, Nico Collins, man, they got somebody." You know what I'm saying? Not trying to say he a scrub, but like he certainly ain't looking like it now. You know what I'm saying? Now that they got a quarterback, and then as far as Tank Dell was on my list before the season started. I wanted Tank Dell in Carolina. Jonathan Mingo wasn't on my list.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't because I thought he was a TMJ clone. So what you saying? I agree with what you saying. Like those guys, without a doubt, shouldn't have been better than what Carolina is peddling. But unfortunately, they are, and that's the crazy thing about it. So go ahead, bro. I ain't mean to.
But yeah, no, you're good. No, you're good.
Yeah.
Just like I said, man, it's disheartening. I mean, we're talking about a guy in CJ Stroud that's already closing in on 1,000 yards, and we're not even through the first month of the season yet. Like, then let's move over to Indianapolis. You know, Shane Steichen, which is the guy I actually wanted in Carolina once Ben Johnson pulled his name. Shane Steichen was the one I wanted. I didn't want Frank Reich. Let me make that clear now. My options as a Panthers fan, I wanted Shane Steichen first. If it wasn't going to be him, just bring Wilkes back. And if it wasn't going to be Wilkes, do something else. When Frank had made it to the final interviews, I was honestly shocked because the dude just got fired a couple of months before getting the job, which is another thing I just didn't understand. But you know what? Is why that happened. We all know what the deal is. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. A dude that just got fired should not be getting a new head coaching job a month later. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that shouldn't happen to me personally. Anyway, but let me get back to the Shane Steichen and the Colts situation. You said it perfectly. They scheme to their players' abilities. That's what the Panthers are not doing. The Colts, when you watch them play, they play at Anthony Richardson's strengths. The read option, the RPOs, the all that. They play to Anthony Richardson's strengths, which is why he's having success. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think the Colts' weapons are a little bit better because they do have Michael Pittman, which is a like mediocre wide receiver, but pretty all right wide receiver number one.
He probably top 32. He
Yeah,
probably
top
top
32
32.
wide receiver. Right, exactly. Yeah. So I'll give them that. But again, there's not a whole bunch of weapons lining up in Indianapolis that look spectacular. They're being able to scheme their players open and to help their players fit into a scheme that's going to be able to help them succeed. The Panthers are doing the complete opposite. And once again, that's why I don't really want to go too hard on Bryce, because I feel like a lot of this stuff is on coaching at the end of the day. A lot of this is on the coaching staff. They brought in this 200 plus years of experience in coaching on the Carolina Panthers staff. Where is it at? Where is it at? Can anybody tell me why are we not seeing the success? Y'all bragged all off season about having 200 plus years of experience on the offensive side of the coaching tree. Where is it at? Frank Reich, why are you still calling plays? Why did you bring in Thomas Brown if you don't trust the man to do his job? Why did you trade up the number one to take Bryce Young if you don't want to let him off the leash? We are 0-4, brother. Let it go.
At this point,
bro, if Bryce throws 67 picks this year, I will not care. Let it loose. Take the training wheels off. The season's already over. Let's see what we're cooking with. So, again, it goes back to what I'm saying. These other teams are scheming their players open and fitting into schemes that are going to help their players succeed. The Panthers are doing the exact opposite, which is why Bryce, low-key right now, is failing. Just to be quite frankly honest. He played better on Sunday. I thought he did some good things. I thought he used the middle of the field great. But again, we're talking about a guy that won a Heisman just 2 years ago, was clearly the best quarterback in college football for really the last 2 years. And now he looks like he don't know what to do. And a lot of that is because of coaching.
It's all because of coaching, if you ask me. I think the only thing that Bryce should be held accountable for
is them fumbles getting sacked.
It's the fumble and the sacks.
That pocket presence he's got to work on.
He got to work, and really, I wouldn't even say it's the pocket presence. It's the recognition that you're not gonna be able to escape all the time. You got to throw the ball away. That's the only thing. Like when the pressure come, he already gone. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is he think that he can outrun everybody, and you can't. You know what I'm saying? Not at the NFL. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people were saying that he might be able to do it in Alabama. Don't get me wrong. Alabama ain't no slouch. But in the NFL, these are your top flight guys. These are literally the best players on the planet.
Yeah.
Especially starters. You're not outrunning these guys, bro.
Exactly.
So that's the only thing that Bryce got to do better on his behalf.
Yeah.
But coaching, you just hit it on the head. 200 or whatever the number was, years of experience. Definitely way over 100, whatever they was trying to push. Yeah. I seen a video of Scott Fitterer before the season talking about pretty much that he said the main part of the quote was that he don't expect to pick top 10 again. And that's the reason why he went ahead and sent that trade in to get the number one and to take Bryce Young. I understood it. And as Panthers fans, we all of us bought into that mess. They told us that 100 years of experience, 100 plus years of experience. We had a good team last year, and we're building upon what we had last year. Plus, we got the best quarterback prospect in the draft.
Yep.
We're competing for the NFC South. That's what they told us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Vashti and Sheena, but they've been talking about it lately on the timeline too, talking about how they keep bringing up the point that it's not Panthers fans' fault that we was expecting the playoffs, because that's what they told us.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's what Scott Fitterer told us. That's what Frank Reich told us. That's what David Tepper been telling us for the last 6 years or however long he done had the team. That's what they keep. They refuse to say the R word, which is rebuild.
Yeah,
They refuse to say it. And I think it's almost idiotic that they refuse to go into it themselves, to say it for themselves. Like, I feel like 2 years ago, if Scott Fitterer had to say, hey, Matt Rule, no, matter of fact, I feel like last year, when Rule got fired, Scott Fitterer had to say it, hey, Tepper, I think we need to blow this thing up. I
blow this
think we need to
thing
start
up.
from
Yeah,
scratch. I think we need to start from scratch and rebuild. It all would be well. We would have been 0-4, you know what I'm saying? Just like this. Matt Corral would have been starting, and we would have been tanking, organically tanking. But no, he wanted to do his way. He wanted to retool, and he wanted to build with no R, no re. He wanted to build. And look where it got us. 0-4. Bryce Young starting. No first round pick. No playoffs in sight. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say something real quickly while I'm at it?
Yes.
And I want this camera right on me. Scott Fitterer is the worst GM in NFL, and it's not close. This guy stinks at his job. If you go look at the last 3 drafts, you could even go look at last year's draft. My mama and dad are on here, so I'm trying to be. This dude stinks. He stinks. He stinks at his job. Point blank, period. He's used Matt Rule as a scapegoat. Brother, you got the right to say, hey, man, no, we don't need to do that. You still are accountable for what is left. And he took accountability. I'll give him credit for this. He did take accountability a few weeks ago and said, we got to quit blaming Matt Rule. It's on me, too. So I will give him that.
Did?
Yeah, he said that in a press conference a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Listen, Scott Fitterer stinks at his job. He's the worst GM in. I think him and Belichick are the 2 worst GMs in the NFL. Period. They both suck at their jobs, and I think Scott Fitterer is probably worse. If you go back and look at his draft classes since he's been here, all of them stink. All of them. Me and you just did it the other night ago. Every single last draft. You can even look at the one that just came out now. It looks pathetic. Bryce Young, we don't know yet. Mingo looks absolutely horrible. You traded up 2 spots in the 3rd and 4th round. You traded up to get DJ Johnson, who's a 25-year-old bust and a 25-year-old healthy scratch that has not did anything since he's came to Carolina already. He's 25 years old and you're still calling him raw. Like, come on, he's 25 years old. Savala, I know a lot of people love him. He looks like crap. He has looked like crap now for the last 2 weeks. Nobody wants to call him out. Chandler Savala stinks so far. I mean, he looks bad.
Yeah.
Jamie Robinson, is he even on the team at this point? Like, is he? What's his deal? He's a healthy scratch every weekend. So again, when you look at what Scott Fitterer has did, he has absolutely crapped the bed, and he is the worst GM in the NFL. Point blank. Period. I'm sorry, I had to say that because I feel like
I agree. I'm about to meet you there because I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna read. We're gonna go through it again. Might as well. While we sitting there. Scott Fitterer became our GM in 2021, correct?
Yep.
J.C. Horn was his first pick.
Hurt.
Injury prone.
Can't stay healthy.
Unfortunately. Can't stay healthy. Terrace Marshall Jr.
Stinks.
Brady Christensen. Hurt.
He's actually all right. That's probably his best pick.
That's his best pick by far. That's his best pick.
That's probably
right now as of today. As of today, that's his best pick. Also, I do want to say this too, real quick. To everybody saying that y'all was ready to replace Brady Christensen, y'all look dumb. Yeah. Please stop that. Please stop that, bro. Please stop that. Y'all look dumb, bro. And I told y'all this last year when he was a top 5 guard in run block win rate and pass block win rate, if I'm not mistaken. I know he was up there in run block. Or was it pass block? Regardless, he was up there in one of them. Him and Corbett was they was back to back. Tommy Trimble, where is he?
Cheats.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely garbage.
Yeah. Okay, here's another draft pick that I think is a little bit underrated, but they're not using him right. Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard's probably his second best pick.
I mean, shoot. It looked like it. Davion Nixon, gone.
Not even in the NFL no more. Next.
He not. Keith Taylor, gone.
Gone.
Then let's go to the next year, 2022. Ike Ekwonu, not looking
Looks
good at
like a
all in
bust.
2023.
Looks like a bust at this point.
Matt Corral, gone.
Gone.
Brandon Smith, not in the NFL.
Not even in the
Um,
NFL at this point.
Amari Barno, punt gunner. Cade Mays, trash.
Trash.
Kalen Barnes, gone. All right, and then let's look at this year. His 5 picks. Bryce Young, we don't know. Jonathan Mingo,
Trash. Absolutely
DJ,
garbage.
DJ username.
Garbage.
Chandler. That's what, bro. I looked him up on chat. I looked him. That's what I said. He a username, bro. Like, I don't know who he is. Don't know what he looked like. Don't know none of his highlights. I looked him up on Chat GPT and nothing came up, bro. They literally said they didn't know who he was.
That boy NPC.
He an NPC, bro. That's literally what he is. I know you see. So pretty much, he one of them people that's on Madden that didn't get no facial scan, bro. They built him from scratch on Madden. Chandler Zavala, trash, and then Jamie Robinson. I don't know what's going on with him.
DJ username. Hold on, bro.
DJ username, bro. That's what I call it. He a username. Anytime I say,
oh my god,
they laugh at that when they talk about some bro. DJ username is crazy. That's what he, bro. When I seen that name come up, I said, "Who is this?"
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, bro. Oh man,
my fault. I didn't finish with 2021. Deontay Brown, where he at?
I don't even think he's in the league. I think he's on the practice squad.
Okay, he on the practice squad. Shy Smith out the league.
Out the league. I think he just got picked up by the Titans. I think he
Shy
just
Smith?
Shy Smith. I think just got picked up on a practice squad like last week.
Okay,
but again, pretty much essentially out the league.
Out the league. Thomas Fletcher out the league.
Out the league.
They
took a long snapper over Trey Smith, who you could argue was one of the better guards in the NFL. Think about that, bro.
Definitely one of the best guards. And he was a 7th round pick in 2021.
That's an NPC for real. I don't even know who that is.
I mean, when you look at the Panthers draft history, and I'm gonna talk about this. Y'all follow me. Y'all follow Cat Crave Vlog because I'm posting the tweet, or excuse me, I'm gonna have a post about it a little bit later. But basically, we talking about the Carolina Panthers draft history of recent. I mean, you look at it, you know what I'm saying? Going back to, God, I don't even know how far we can go back, but really 2017. Yeah, really. So Shaq is the longest tenured player on the team at 2015. Nobody on the team is from 2016. Taylor Moton, the only one from 17. Shit.
Burns, the only one from 18, ain't he?
Burns, the only one from 19.
19, yeah, 19, yeah.
Dante and Ian Thomas, both of them only one from 18, but they don't contribute. You know what I'm saying? And then 2020 is the best, really the only draft that you could say right now, 2020, that draft class is probably hooping the best. That's Derrick Brown. Obviously, we like Derrick Brown.
Best player on the team right now, in my opinion.
For sure, easily. YGM playing, hey, I think he played better than Burns the last couple weeks, if I say so.
Yeah, he has.
And y'all know me. If y'all know me and y'all know me well, I'm hard on YGM.
Yeah, he's been playing really good this season.
And then Jeremy Chin, the last one from 2020, I think that's on the team. I think Troy Pride gone.
Yeah, Troy Pride's no longer on the team.
He's gone. Yeah. So that's it, man. Everybody else, I mean, my goodness, man. This is like I'm gonna ask you this too, and we can move on to the next topic for the last thing. In NFL history, do you think that the Carolina Panthers are the worst drafting team in NFL history?
See, the thing about that, I do have to give the Panthers credit on something, especially when Marty Hurney was here. They hit on them first round picks pretty much almost every time. Like it's like a 70. I think I seen somewhere the other day ago, like they have a 77% hit on the first round pick, which is like amazing. I don't know if I could say worst of all time because you got teams like the Browns that have always drafted horribly. They're doing better now. Yeah. The Lions, again, another program that has drafted horribly. They're doing a little better now. Because that draft class they put out this year looks really good. All 4 of those guys they took early look good. I think you can make an argument for The Jets as well. They don't draft well, but once again, the last couple years they have did a really good job drafting. Since Salah has walked in the building. So
Yeah.
again, if we're talking about recent history, Panthers are definitely probably like number 2 or number 3, honestly, on worst.
Mhm.
I can't give them all time because that first round they normally hit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's solid. So
They
I'm
yeah.
gonna read you every. Let me read you every first round pick that the Panthers have ever had. If that's
Okay, go
cool with
ahead.
you, real quick.
Yep, go ahead.
Kerry Collins, Tyrone Poole, Blake Brockermeyer, Tim Biakabatuka,
Mm-hmm.
Ray Caruth, Jason Peter, Rashard Anderson, Dan Morgan. That's a hit.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Julius Peppers. That's
That's a
definitely
hit.
a hit.
Yeah.
Jordan Gross is a hit.
Hit. Yeah.
Okay, see this. See now it's heating up. Watch it.
Yeah.
Keep watch this now. So I said Dan Morgan, Julius Peppers, Jordan Gross, Chris Gamble, Thomas
Hit.
Davis,
Hit.
D'Angelo Williams,
Hit.
John Beeson,
Hit.
Jonathan Stewart, and Jeff
Hit.
Otar.
Hit on. And Otar wasn't horrible his rookie year. He was actually pretty good, and then he just got the injuries is what got to him. But I would say hit at least on one of those.
Yeah. And then the next first round pick was Cam Newton. Hit.
Oh, definitely hit. Yeah.
Luke Kuechly. Hit.
Another definite hit. Yeah. See, that's what I'm
Starlin
saying. The Panthers have had
yeah.
so many good
They
first
had
round picks.
first round pick is straight,
Yeah.
man. Starlin Tulele is a hit.
Hit.
I would say Kelvin Benjamin that first year at least was a hit before the injury.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was a terrible, but it's a miss though because we could have had Devontae Adams, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Shaq Thompson hit.
Hit.
Vernon Butler probably the worst first round pick they done had.
Yeah. That was Gettleman's first pick. That was Gettleman's
That's
first
trash.
pick.
That's trash.
Mm-hmm.
And then he hit, and then so Gettleman. I will say though, Gettleman was all right in the second round though. Well, never mind. So
Gettleman did get you McCaffrey and DJ Moore.
So he did, yeah. McCaffrey, Moore, Burns,
hit.
Derek Brown,
hit.
J.C. Horn.
This is where the rockiness come. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a hit. Icky. Bryce Young.
We gotta
don't
find
know yet.
out.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said I wouldn't put them at the bottom because they've had too many hits.
In the first, though.
In the first, yeah. Now we talking about overall, then yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know though, because
we ain't had no 2017 Saints draft. That man. We need one of those desperately.
We need one bad, man. But
let's move on a little bit because I want to say something. I want to bring up something, and this is kind of, I guess, move on to our next point. I want to talk a little bit about the Falcons. Desmond Ridder stinks. I told y'all that a few weeks ago. He sucks. But I want to bring you a proposition. The quarterback that the Atlanta Falcons need is from Kennesaw, Georgia, and that's Justin Fields. Justin Fields would fit them perfectly. They already, for one, he's better than Desmond Ridder. I don't care how bad he struggled this year. Desmond Ridder is, to me, the worst quarterback in the league. I'm not going to lie. I even seen some things from Zach Wilson the other night ago that Desmond Ridder just can't do.
Yeah,
just to
you
be
called
honest.
that last week. You called it last week.
It's just been, that's why I said he's the worst starting quarterback in the league. Even Sam Howell looks better than him. Again, Desmond Ridder is not it. He's not going to be a starting quarterback in this league. Probably a decent backup. I'm telling you now, Justin Fields fits Atlanta perfectly. For one, he's from here. For two, with that emergence of Bijan Robinson, who I already think is a top 5 running back already.
Yeah, man.
To be honest with you. And then with him being able to use those big wide receivers / tight ends like Drake London, also as well Kyle Pitts, because you can tell he's starting to get frustrated too. I think the Falcons are the perfect fit for Justin Fields. They can run that read option with Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson and Justin Fields. They are a run-heavy offense. It'll also help set up the pass for Justin Fields and give him easier passing lanes. I think this is the perfect fit for Justin Fields. I'm telling you now, if the Falcons had a mediocre quarterback, that team is winning the South, you guys. Their defense is actually really good. Like, I kind of underestimate their defense coming into the season. They are really good. Jesse Bates has completely changed around that defense. Richie Grant is stepping up a little bit more. Also, as well, Grady Jarrett is doing a great job. AJ Terrell is a top 10 corner in this league. I'm telling you now, bro. Adam Yamada is doing good. Caden Ellis is having a really good season as well. I think the perfect situation for Justin Fields would be Atlanta. He'd be back home. He'd be back in a place that's familiar with him. This city would give him a lot more grace than Chicago because he's from here. He grew up here. They've adored him since he was a kid. I think Atlanta would be the perfect fit for Justin Fields. And he showed you the other day ago he has something.
He do. But CT, here's the thing. I do want to say to that. Justin Fields should have been a Falcon anyway.
Exactly. Bingo.
He should have been a Falcon anyway.
Bingo.
And I agree. I don't know how Falcons fans feel about this, especially right now, but he should have been a Falcon in 2020 or whatever year that was, 2021. That should have. Let me see. Was that 2021?
That was 21. Yeah, he came out same year as Trevor. That's 21.
Yeah, should have been a Falcon in 21. He should have been the 4th overall pick. All right. He should have.
Really should have been a Jet.
Should have been a second. Yeah, he should have been a Jet. Yeah, but regardless, I agree. And a lot of Panthers fans, that's who our main viewers are. They gonna hate us talking about this, but he absolutely should be a Falcon. Yeah. Unbiased, completely objective. If they somehow get their hands on Justin Fields,
it's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna it's gonna be something special for real. And I'm not even saying this as y'all. Everybody knows that I'm a Justin Fields truther. I do have an agenda for this man because I've seen him in college. I watched him all of his years and both of his years starting at Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? I know that he got the juice. I know that he has it in him. You know what I'm saying? He needs development. He needs a scheme. You know what I'm saying? He needs everything that every single other NFL quarterback needed coming out of college. And unfortunately, he just never got it. You know what I'm saying? And the good thing about Justin Fields, we seen it on Sunday. It's not too late.
No,
it is not too late. It's definitely not too late. He still got the skills. He can run better than just about any quarterback in the NFL today.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Automatically off rip, you getting a top tier rushing quarterback in the league. His arm talent is second to none. He can throw that ball. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to get him in the lab, help him read the defense. When you really every single week, they need to be throwing the best defense that they can throw at him in practice. They need to be throwing disguising looks and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And they need to be helping him learn how to read the field. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the only thing he said. And my boy Chill said absolutely true. But Arthur Smith has to go. So has to go before Justin Fields. So Justin Fields could flourish. Yeah, absolutely. And I will say the thing about it though. I agree with that point. He's still coaching. You know, us the only hope is that, as Panthers fans, that's how we feel. I mean, we all want Arthur Smith to stay there because nobody believes in him. We don't believe in him. But the thing about it is, though, or I speak for myself on that. I don't believe in him. But the thing about it is, even still, if they get just a super talent like Justin Fields in Atlanta, just rushing the football, you don't stop that. There's no way you can stop that. Bijan is amazing. Tyler Algier is amazing. Yeah, both of those guys, they can run the doggone ball. You know what I'm saying? And then you add Justin Fields to the mix. And then the wide receivers are schemed open too in Atlanta. That's another thing that a lot of people don't realize. They be open sometimes. I done seen Mac Hollins get open. That one dude, I don't know if you remember his name, but he came into the quick blitz halftime space on Twitter. He was a Falcons fan before the season started, and he was absolutely roasting everybody because he was swearing that the Falcons was going to damage us on week 1. And he said he was swearing about Mac Hollins. I don't know if you remember his name.
I don't think I was in there for that, no.
Man, he was – so basically it was one Falcons fan, and everybody was cooking him. He was respectful. He was good Falcons fan. Like, he was nice. But everybody was cooking him because they was like, who going to beat this defense? Is it Mac Hollins? Is it Drake London? Is it Kyle Pitts? Is it and all those guys got to get the ball from Desmond Ridder. So who gonna beat this defense? And he told us exactly what was gonna happen. He said, we're gonna run the ball and we're gonna get our touchdowns how we get them. Mac Hollins gonna get open. Exactly what happened. They beat us. Whoever he is, I want to give him a shout out and his love. But I agree with you, bro. Long story short, I agree with you. If Justin Fields gets to Atlanta, good luck. Look out.
Yeah, it would be a problem. I'm so glad they didn't get Lamar Jackson. Woo! I'm glad. Man, cause I'm telling you,
You know
right now,
what?
if the Falcons would have got Lamar, I ain't gonna lie,
But T,
G. NFC
but T,
South would have been Joever for a while.
Let me say this too. Since we talking about Lamar just real quick. If I'm not mistaken, I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure Lamar Jackson leads the NFL in completion percentage this year.
I think he does. Yeah.
So
I think they were
all
talking
you,
about that this morning on
yeah,
they were talking about
I
that this morning on First Take. Yeah.
so they said it last week too. That's how I knew it. I wasn't sure, but I know he almost was at 75% last game. So I figured he was still number one. For
Yeah, he's
everybody
at
listening,
74.3% right now, which is
okay.
amazing.
Yeah, so for everybody listening, for all y'all that was saying he's just a running back, he can't throw the ball, you were absolutely mistaken. I've been told y'all this. I've been saying that. But anyway, I wish I keep it a band with you. I wish Carolina just sent them 2 first round picks to Baltimore with that franchise tag and said, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, you can say what you want about Bryce Young, but I'm a bang on that table. I don't give a dog on what Bryce Young was, a Heisman in college, all of that. I don't care. This is a league MVP we talking about.
Yeah.
You send that in, bro. If you got the opportunity, you send that in.
Yeah.
And we could have had DJ. You know what I'm saying? We could have kept DJ. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on, bro.
Yeah, let's kind of get into the MVP talk real quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Who are your top MVPs right now? Like I said, we within the first month of the season. Who would you say is your top 3 MVPs in the NFL right now at this moment?
Okay, so I got a list.
Okay.
Well, it's just 3, but I want your 3 too in a second. But
Okay.
for me, week 4. So week 1, I had Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, and Brock Purdy. I don't remember who yours was. I didn't write them down, but I think I know you had Tyreek on yours.
Yeah.
Week 1. I don't remember who the rest of you or who the other 2 of yours was, but for week 4, as you know, this first month of the season, I think Christian McCaffrey is the league MVP. If the season ended today, it's Christian McCaffrey. No question.
I agree.
No question. This dude, I keep it a band with you. He's the best player in the NFL right now. I don't think anybody.
It's hard to make that argument. It's hard not to be right. I think you're kind of right now.
I don't think anybody comes. It's a couple guys that's good, really good, but I don't think nobody comes close. This man has scored a touchdown he scored a touchdown in every single game that he's played with the 49ers. He hasn't missed a game since he's been with the 49ers.
Yep.
He's on pace for, I think, 1,800 yards and 1,800 yards and 550 receiving yards and like 18 and 17 touchdowns or something crazy like that. 20, it might be 26 touchdowns. It's something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey is easily the best player in football right now. So in my opinion, he should be MVP. And I'm a bang on that table because I felt like last year it should have been Justin Jefferson. It should have been a skill position player. So I hope. And the year before that, I thought it should have been Cooper Kupp. Anyway, second place, I got Josh Allen.
Yeah,
I think Josh Allen is. I mean, we talked about this before. I didn't have him in my top 5 before the season started. I had him at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, in terms of quarterback play, I probably got him. He either 1 or 2 right now in terms of quarterback play. Yeah, I would say it's probably Josh, Tua, Lamar, Patrick, no particular order.
Yeah,
that's probably be my top 4 right now. So I would have Josh Allen at 2, and then at 3, I'm gonna go. I probably still go Tyreek Hill at 3. I don't think it's. I know that Buffalo game wasn't the best, but he's still amazing.
Yeah.
I would probably put Tyreek Hill at 3 for me.
So I pretty much would have essentially the same list. Only thing is, I know how the NFL does. Is MVP is almost becoming a quarterback award, pretty much, in my opinion. Even though it shouldn't, but it's pretty much becoming that. I would have CMC 1 like you had, and I would have Josh Allen 2 like you have, and I would still probably put Tua at 3. Okay. Like I said, I need to see some more, obviously, but I would still probably pretty much have Tua at 3 for me personally. So that's kind of how I would do it. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not against that at all. I mean, I agree. I think Tagovailoa. Okay, yeah, I think yeah, I think it's got to be one of those guys from the Dolphins for sure. I
Yeah,
don't see
for
how you don't
sure.
put one of
Yeah,
those guys in there. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
No, I definitely
All right.
would put them there as well. Let's move on to because we didn't get to talk about this a little bit. We're gonna jump into a little basketball a little bit tonight, and then we'll jump into some college football talk too for a quick minute before we go. Um, Dame Lillard traded to the Milwaukee
Oh,
Bucks
hold
last
on.
week. Yeah,
Real quick. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off, but
you good?
PJ asked when was the last time a non-quarterback won MVP? I believe it's
Adrian,
2014. Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson. Yeah, he was the last
Yeah.
one. It was 12
Oh,
actually,
wow.
the 12-13 season.
12. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
AP was the last one.
So it's been over 10 years.
That's why I say it's became like a quarterback
It's a quarterback award.
award.
Yeah. I
Pretty
think
much.
I in my humble opinion, I think since Lamar Jackson, I think everybody after him, I think Derrick Henry could have got one
Yeah.
in 19. I think that's the year he rushed for 2,000 yards. I think he could have got one.
Mhm.
I think just Cooper Kupp should have got the year they
Yeah.
went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It should have been Cooper Kupp. I'm sorry. I'm not
Yeah.
even going.
He
It
went
should have been
crazy that
Cooper Kupp.
year.
Last year, you could make the argument it could have been Justin Jefferson. He should have at least finished third. I don't know what he finished, but he should at least finish third last year. And then this year should be Christian McCaffrey. So PJ, they said Adrian Peterson, 2012, 2013.
Yeah,
All right.
that's it. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into a little basketball. Damian Lillard traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. For me personally, and I'll kind of make my suggestion quick and then let you go. Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, the East is coming down to two teams, the Celtics and the Bucks. I don't think any other team in the East even matters at this point. Boston has now loaded up and got Drew Holiday as well. So now you're looking at a start lineup of Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and then also as well, KP. They are loaded, bro. Like that Celtics team is loaded. Milwaukee Bucks, they also as well are loaded because they got to keep Chris Middleton in that trade. So now the Milwaukee Bucks have Damian Lillard, the Greek freak, Middleton. I think they still got Bobby Porter. So they got some talent on their team as well. I think the East is pretty much coming down to be honest, it's coming down to them two personally. That's all this trade told me. And I know Heat fans were sick about this too as well. But this trade told me it's two teams in the East. Nobody else matters, pretty much.
Man, the Heat. I'm sorry to all my friends that are Heat fans because I got a lot. I mean,
Same.
they got.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Y'all, them boys wasn't serious. Them
No.
boys was not serious, bro. Y'all talking about some y'all wanted to keep Caleb Martin. I understand. I don't get me wrong. Heat fans was like, Caleb Martin is a good player, but like, shit, it's Damian Lillard we talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you let him go, bro. Like,
Right.
what?
Yeah.
We talking about, y'all, Damian Lillard is a top 75 player of all time.
Yeah.
According to the NBA itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want as fans, but the NBA, the league itself said this guy that's currently playing is a top 75 player of all time.
Yeah.
That holds weight. That means he's one of the 75 best players to ever touch a basketball in the universe. You know what I'm saying? In the multiverse. Like, that's what we talking about here. And the Heat said, nah, we're going to keep Caleb Martin. That's ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous. That's the most unserious basketball I've seen in such a long time, bro. That is ridiculous. And so, with what you were saying though about the East, with them being the East, I'm gonna pull up the Eastern Conference real quick if that's cool with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, T, if you want to play fantasy basketball, I got a league. Just FYI,
Okay.
if you want to run, yeah,
Well,
I'll send
let
it
me
to
know.
you. Yeah, we learning. We trying to figure out how to play it. But hold on, the league started on Thursday, or am I tripping?
No, I think preseason starts coming up.
Okay. I'm about to say, well, I seen that. I said, hold on.
Yeah.
All right. So let me pull up the standings and everything. So we're looking at the East. So last year, so you said Milwaukee, Boston. Yeah, I would say
They're on a collision course in the East, bro.
I don't see nobody else, man. You right.
Yeah.
Because the only I think the league messed up by letting Drew Holiday get to Boston.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I 100% agree.
Because Drew Holiday, in my opinion, and probably yours too, but he got to be one of the most underrated players to ever play basketball.
Absolutely.
Not only just, I mean, we could talk about his skill all that we want to. He can score, he can defend, he can do all of that. I mean, he ain't
Yep.
got no weakness in his game, really. Drew
Yep.
Holiday is a monster. I mean, he's a
Yep.
great player.
Great player.
I said this last week when the trade went down. I said when the Trailblazers said that they probably wasn't gonna keep Drew, I said every single team in the NBA should be asking for Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
There should be no team in there should have been no team in the NBA that said, you know what, we gonna pass on Drew Holiday. The Blazers were stupid for letting him go, but I understand why they did.
Yeah.
But every other team should have been like, we need Drew.
Yeah.
And then to give him to Boston of all teams.
Yeah.
This is a team that just made the Eastern Conference Finals and then the finals the year before that. And they just lost a defensive star, Marcus Smart, who was Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Now they literally upgraded because not only is Drew Holiday arguably a better defender, even though he wasn't a Defensive Player of the Year, he's arguably a better defender. He's a better offensive player for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday is one of the league's best. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a Celtics fan or nothing like that. I'm not biased towards them or anything, but it's just crazy that you let the Celtics get him.
Yeah. I hate the Celtics, so I'm gonna be honest. It's all bias for me, but I'm gonna be honest. They are set up to win now.
They set up, man. Like Philly, what the hell was you doing?
Yeah.
Why you ain't calling and try to get Drew Holiday back?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Brooklyn.
The Heat honestly could have made a move for him.
Bro, the Heat.
Yeah. If they weren't gonna get, Damian Lillard, that'd have been a good consolation prize.
For sure. I mean, he fits what they got. Defense.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Drew Holiday might have messed around and led the team in scoring this year. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yeah.
Atlanta. Your Hawks.
Yeah.
Your Hawks could have, I mean,
we got Trey at the point. We got DeJounte, but I mean, we still could have used him though. Anybody in the NBA.
Anybody in the NBA, but still,
the Lakers. Honestly, they could have hit him up. I mean, anybody. The Celtics.
I said the Nuggets. I mean, God.
Nuggets,
what's wrong with us? Why we can't use them? You know what I'm saying? Like that's like anybody could have used Drew. He fits everywhere. He's the perfect NBA player. Like no cap. He's the perfect NBA player because he can fit on every single team in the NBA, and he will make every single team in the NBA better.
Yeah.
So for him to go to arguably one of the best teams in the NBA anyway, it's just insane to me. So yeah, I 100% agree with you, man. I'm right there with you, bro. I think so. Let me ask you this: so out of all the teams, so the Suns, the Celtics, the Bucks, the Trailblazers. Who won the trade?
In my personal opinion, the Bucks, because they really didn't give up much. Like they gave up Drew Holiday, of course, but as far as like draft collateral and stuff like that, they really didn't give up much. Now, I will say this: Portland is set up for the tank, right? Like they're set up. They got a lot of good little young guys and young pieces. But they're set up to be probably going to be picking again top 5 again this season. So if you're going to say who's best built for the rebuild, it's probably going to be Portland. But as far as who won the trade, I really feel like Milwaukee really didn't give up that much to get one of the – I mean, you can make an argument probably the second best point guard in the game. They didn't give up that much to him, and they feel like they're right there ready to compete for a title. So I think Milwaukee won the trade out of everybody, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Milwaukee. It's tough to even. I mean, what did they give up? 2 first-round picks.
Yeah,
and Drew?
I think so. And it was like 2029 and 2030 or something like that. And Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, no. That was
Drew.
the Celtics. That was the Celtics
Yeah,
that lost
Celtics.
Malcolm
Yeah,
Brogdon
they
for
lost. Yeah.
that's fine. But anyway, yeah, the Bucks, man, I think they won the trade for sure. I mean, it's just you get Dame Lillard. I mean, he's a perfect fit next to
Yeah.
Giannis and Chris Middleton. I mean,
And
it's
he wants to play with him too. He likes him. So
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's a perfect fit, honestly.
that's a good trade. I think this is great. Really, you can make the argument Damian Lillard won the trade if we being honest with you.
Yeah, facts. He
Because
doesn't lose. He doesn't lose Middleton. He doesn't lose Giannis. Obviously, he wasn't going to use Giannis, but still, they pretty much, besides Drew Holiday, get to keep their core. And let's be real, we just raved about Drew Holiday, but let's be honest, Damian Lillard's a better basketball player than Drew
oh
Holiday.
yeah.
So
Oh
they
yeah.
got better. So that's what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, it's not really. I feel like you said, Milwaukee won the trade. Honestly,
yeah. They lose their defensive well, I wouldn't even say they defensive superstar because Giannis was a defensive player of the year. So it's like,
exactly.
I mean, you lose a leader, but you gain. I mean, hell, you gained another leader and a top 75 all time player. So yeah, they absolutely won the trade. I mean, it's no
That's
question.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
So let me ask you this then, since we're talking about NBA, and we won't stay on this for long at all,
Yeah.
because we'll come up to the NBA soon. But so in the East, you got Milwaukee and Boston.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Give me your West real quick.
I would like just top 5 in the West, or
you can give me your top 5. You can give me your Western Conference Finals. You can give me all of that.
So I'll make it quick. I think in the West, it's probably going to be y'all, the Nuggets. I think y'all will be in the mix, of course. I think the Suns will be in the mix, of course. I think this year they're going to have more chemistry. So I definitely think the West is probably coming out between y'all and the Suns because now the Suns have depth. I would probably put, I would probably put the LA teams in the mix somewhere in there. The Clippers and the Lakers, they'll be like a 4th, 5th, 6th seed. New Orleans is another team I would not sleep on, especially if they're able to keep Zion healthy. They could be another one that could make a little noise. Don't sleep on, and I'm not saying they're going to be good this year. Obviously, Memphis is another one. Don't sleep on Houston being like an 8th seed or 9th seed this season. They added veteran presence. They got those young guys as well. Maybe those young guys take the next step. Don't be surprised if the Houston Rockets get in like in a play-in situation. 8th or 9th seed. I think the Utah Jazz will be really good this year. I think they'll be in that top 7 seed area. So that's kind of where I'm at with it, to be honest.
So real quick before we move on. So you said Denver, you said Memphis, you said Phoenix, you said both LA teams.
Yeah.
And then you said as well Utah. And Houston. So that's 8. Now I know you said that's they probably playing teams. New Orleans.
Yeah.
Did you say New Orleans? Yeah, you did say
New Orleans. I said New Orleans,
But I do want to point out you missing. I feel like there's a few teams that you missing that's actually should be solid. So Golden State, you think Golden State should be in the
Golden
mix?
State, yeah. My bad. I'm tripping.
Okay.
Yeah, Golden State definitely got to be in the mix. Yeah, for sure.
You good? Now, what about OKC?
I like what they're doing. They're young. They got a lot of good players. I like OKC a lot. Actually, you know what? Yeah, they could be in the mix too, honestly. Because I like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't think he get enough praise.
No, he don't. He don't.
I definitely think they'll be in the mix as well. They got a young core with a lot of good talent. So like I said, the West is kind of all those teams are kind of around that same equal good. Like, so it's kind of hard to really,
I don't see any team other than really, I would say, in my humble opinion, the Nuggets and the Suns. I think those are the only 2 teams that I would say can probably beat everybody else. But everybody else,
exactly. Right.
But everybody else, I'm like,
and somebody else made a good point. You could even make an argument for the Kings in Dallas as well.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody in the West is kind of like equally 50, 45 to 50 wins. Like I could see them in that ballpark.
I don't know about Dallas because I don't know what them boys got going on. I don't know because they lost. Then they lost Christian Wood.
Yeah, he's in LA.
Yeah. And then who did they gain? Did they gain anybody? Do you know?
I'm not sure on top of my head. I'm not even going to sit up here and I know for sure. Yeah.
We'll have to look at it another time. But that's cool though. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on it though.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, let's because we're gonna wrap it up here in a second. I want to talk like quickly a little bit of college football. Me and you both was indulged in Well, quick, before we even get to the USC Colorado game, how did you feel about Clemson this weekend? Because I thought they played very, very well. I thought Cade looked amazing. I thought Tyler Brown looked like the best wide receiver Clemson has had since really Justin Ross walked out the building. How did you feel about them this weekend?
That was a Syracuse game. Did we talk about we talked about the Florida State game already,
Yeah,
right?
we did.
We talked about it?
Yeah,
Okay.
last week.
Yeah, so Tyler Brown, I tweeted about it too. I think he's the best wide receiver we done had since Ross and Higgins, in my opinion. That's no shade to Antonio Williams because I think he good too, but Tyler Brown is special. And shout out to, my fellow Green Villain. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him for sure. I just feel like I think it's a shame because I heard the announcers talking, and you could probably expand on this a little bit more. But so is it true that Clemson didn't recruit him? He basically had to beg his
pretty much. I mean, pretty much.
His coaches had to beg.
Yeah, like pretty much what happened with that situation, because I have some intel on that. He was recruited by Minnesota. He was going to go to Minnesota. He grew up a Clemson fan. He wanted to be at Clemson. And pretty much his coaches pretty much had to go to Clemson and beg because Josh Sapp, his former teammate at Greenville High School, was down there at Clemson. And Josh Sapp and, the coaches and all that, they was putting in a word for Tyler Brown. As soon as Tyler Brown got the offer from Clemson, he dropped Minnesota and came over to Clemson. But, yeah, I mean, pretty much that's kind of what happened. He was a 3-star guy, very underrated. I thought he really should have been a 4-star guy, but because of his size, I guess I understand it. But like I said, Tyler Brown's the best Clemson wide receiver I've seen since, like I said.
He a dog. Good God.
Since Ross walked out the door, to be honest.
Am I tripping? Did he have 100 yards on Florida State too? Well, he would have if he didn't go down.
That's
right.
He almost had 100 on Florida State. And he did have 100 last week.
He almost had 150 on
Syracuse.
Or did he have 150?
And I gotta say it, man. Give some credit to Cade Klubnik. He's gotten better every single week. And that's the season is like we talked about last week. The season essentially is over as far as winning an ACC title, winning, you know what I'm saying, a national championship.
Where they go, BT?
I can't keep that there, boy. But yeah, but as far as Cade Klubnik, man, I love what I'm seeing in his development. He's getting better every single week, bro. Every single week I've seen him getting better. I talked about TJ Parker the other day ago. I think he's the best defensive freshman in the country. He leads Clemson in tackles for losses. He leads Clemson in sacks. He's in the backfield every single play. And a lot of that is because Peter Woods is also creating that pressure so that he can get open. I'm going to be honest, man. I think Peter Woods and TJ Parker, you can make an argument for them to both being the best freshman defensive players. I think Caleb Downs at Alabama, you can make a solid argument for him as well. But I'm telling you now, man, Clemson, they seem like they got some guys. I think Duke and Florida State kind of caught Clemson at the right time. I'm not gonna lie. If Clemson played them now, I don't know if those teams are beating Clemson. Just to be quite frankly honest, I think Clemson's getting better every single week.
For sure. I agree. I think you know what? I keep it a band with you. Moving into week. What's this? This is week 6.
6, yeah.
Coming up. Moving into week 6. I think the only thing holding Clemson back right now is coaching.
Coaching. That's it.
That's it.
Because the same way. It was coaching.
Because these guys, that Florida State game was all on coaching. I don't blame not one Clemson player, man.
No.
Not one Clemson player for that Florida State game. Coaching, the only thing, I mean, hell, we probably win the game if, Nate Wiggins doesn't get injured.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? We win that game for sure.
Oh, by the way, man. Hey, hold on. I'm glad you said that. Shout out to Nate Wiggins. He seen our clip last week. He shouted us out, showed us love. So shout out to Nate Wiggins and his family. They hit us up and told us they appreciate the love. Nate Wiggins himself hit us up and showed us love. So we wanted to get that out the way.
Yeah.
Y'all give a round of applause for Nate Wiggins, man. That was dope for him to reach out and say
he's rocking
with us. So that was dope.
Yeah.
I had a couple of hitting me up saying, "Hey man, I appreciate y'all like showing that type of love." He really wanted to see that. So once again, I wanted to show Nate some love because our video last week went like stupid viral on Instagram, like crazy.
It did. I kept getting the notifications. I was like,
it was crazy, bro. So shout out to Nate Wiggins, shout out to his family. They really was showing love, and Nate reached out to me personally and was like, "Hey, bro, I appreciate that." You know what I'm saying? So again, Definitely. That's what's up, bro. And that's why we do this, man. We love to have fun. And that's really a part of why we do this. Let me talk about the USC Colorado game real quick. USC won 48-41 after getting up big on Colorado 27-7. I thought Colorado showed a lot of fight. I like what I seen in them in the second half. And this is the thing I want to bring up about Colorado. Those two freshmen, Cormani McClain and Amarion Miller, they have to play. I'm sorry, Dion. I know you're saying like they show up to practice late and they're immature. Brother, them two boys right there need to be on the field at all times, bro. I'm going to be straight up with you, bro. Both of them guys, you watched the game too as well. I was
man.
in Colorado. I'm telling you now, that Amarion Miller dude, I'm going to be honest, bro. He might be a better wide receiver than Travis Hunter, bro. Like, I mean, that guy is a beast. He made play after play after play. He had 7 receptions for 196 yards, which I'm almost 200 yards of offense strictly by him. Again, Amarion Miller and Cormani McClain have to be on the field, Dion. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm not trying to tell you got to have special treatment for your elite players, but at the same time, bro, you need to sit them in a room and be like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Like, because y'all need to be on the field.
I agree 100%. I think my man Omarion Miller, what was he? You said 7 receptions, 196 yards.
Yep.
Listen, that dude, and a lot of people was talking, they was like, well, when Travis Hunter come back, he gonna have to go back to the bench. No, sir. No, sir.
No.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Listen. Xavier Weaver, Jimmy Horn, Travis Hunter, Omarion Weaver.
Yeah, go for a wide.
Go for a wide, bro. Yeah. Go for a wide. Exactly.
Anyway.
Hell, they running back that was in the game last week. What's his name? Not Edward.
Anthony Hankerson.
Yeah. Go 2 running backs too.
Yeah.
I mean, do whatever you can. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. If Colorado had just an ounce of defense,
it would be dangerous.
Them boys, I think the only game they lose is Oregon.
Yeah.
The only game they lose is Oregon. I think they beat USC. If they had just a lick of defense, they beat USC.
Yeah, I agree.
They beat USC.
100% agree.
And the defense played better in the second half.
Yeah.
They beat USC if that defense was playing good. But like you said, and hell, you can make the argument. Travis Hunter was there just on defense.
Yeah.
He might beat USC. Now that Oregon game, they got blued out. I'm not saying nothing about that. They lose that game. But hell, against USC, man, you right. Omarion Miller need to be on the field all the time. McClain need to be on the field all the time. Get those guys involved in the game. Dion, Prime, I understand that you building a program. I understand. Like, especially in college, you got to discipline those guys.
Well, of course,
If he's showing up late, if he's not acting right, absolutely. But for your team, you know what I'm saying? For your team, you need to tell, like my boy T said, sit those guys down and say, listen, I need y'all.
Yeah.
No. Don't say we. I need y'all.
Yeah.
Because this is coming from Prime. This is coming from somebody that legitimately has a claim to GOAT. I'm not talking about a cornerback. I'm talking about just football in general. GOAT. Like, you are literally one of the top 5 NFL football players ever, probably. You can sit these guys down and say, look, man, I need y'all. Cry if you have to. Just tell the boys to get there on time. I need y'all. Get them boys on the field all the time, Prime.
Yeah, I agree. Amarion Miller and also as well. Cormani McClain both need to be on the field at all times. Yeah. Both of them. They too talented to be sitting on the bench. That's just
sitting on the sideline.
Yeah, they too talented. Look, man, we done went an hour and 20 minutes, bro. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. This was probably, again, I know I say this after every episode. It seems like every week we get better with this thing, man. So this was a very enjoyable episode. We're in the best month of the year, which is October, because we talking football. We about to be talking basketball too. It's just a good time of year. Baseball playoffs is kicking off. I mean, again, we having fun. And yeah, man, this was a good episode. I enjoyed it, man. Cam, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, real quick. So a lot of people have asked us about coming on the show
Oh yeah,
and wanting to be guests. We working on it. I mean, we it's a lot, man. It's just we still trying to get our own our feet.
schedules and
You know what I'm
stuff
saying?
together. Yep.
Yeah, we still trying to get everything together, but and I'll be honest, I don't want to be disrespectful to any of y'all's time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
Because
sure.
I don't want to promise that y'all can come on the show and then we just never get around to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I've
Yeah,
been saying, like, we're thinking about it and we're trying to figure things out because we really are trying to figure things out. You know what I'm saying? And still trying to understand, how this thing works and how we're gonna bring on guests and when we can bring on guests. You know
yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Because we try to do it every Tuesday night, but we also don't want to step on nobody's toes, and
Yeah,
we don't want to like bring somebody on when they're not ready or when we're not ready. You know what I mean? So
hmm,
just be patient. We're working on it. Oh, my man PJ said you had an FSU player watching your podcast last week. Hey
that's
man.
love, man. We, we
Yeah.
we love it, man.
Hey.
For real, we
hmm
love it, man. We love it, bro.
But
Appreciate y'all.
like
For
I
real.
like I was saying though, just be patient. I promise you, we're gonna get because I don't know about you, T, but shoot, I'm cool with having a guest almost every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
nah,
if
I'm down, man. Like I said, we just got to get people's schedules together
yeah,
and stuff like that. We don't want to keep the guests for 3-4 hours, nothing like
yeah,
that. We want to keep it close and simple. So
yeah.
just, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
So
crazy,
so
bro.
yeah, that's the thing. Like we just working on how trying to figure out because like I mean we went an hour and 20 today and it was just us and we don't
Yeah,
want to like we don't
yeah,
want y'all to be on for you
yeah, we
know
want to respect people' time, bro. We
yeah
don't,
we trying to figure this out. So but I'm gonna get back to y'all. I got a few guys. We'll talk about this off the air, but I got a few people that want to join us and want to get in and talk with us. So
yeah, we'll make
we'll
it
bring
happen.
so
For sure.
yeah we'll definitely bring y'all on, especially when basketball season start and when the football season kind of come along a little bit, we'll
Hmm.
start talking about it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Yeah, nah. But
yeah,
yeah, man, again, man, appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all. We appreciate all the support. We thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? Again, man, we enjoy doing this, bro. We enjoy all the supporters that support us. You know what I'm saying? We just appreciate it, bro. So once again, I mean, we ain't, you know what I'm saying? We just two guys just trying to have fun and talk sports and do something we love to do.
yeah.
So we just love that y'all showing us love. Like I said, I thought it was really nice of Nate Wiggins and his family and all them to reach out last week. I thought that
hmm
was pretty dope. So yeah, man, again, bro, like just thank y'all for all the support because we really do need it and we really do appreciate it too as well.
Yeah.
So again, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Cam, if you ain't got nothing else to say, brother, peace, love, and happiness to y'all. We will see y'all next week, man. Peace, love, and happiness, man. Have a good one.